Hey guys, welcome to another Jamaican Tales video, a Jamaican living in Germany. In the previous video, I shared with you that I became a German citizen, and I also promised that I'll make a video where I talk about the process of getting my hands on one of these. And that's exactly what I'll be talking about in this video. The application process for my ID card and also my passport, and a few things about the documents themselves. So stick around. The week of getting the citizenship certificate and also applying for the passport and ID card was a very expensive week. 255 euros for the citizenship process, another 161 euros for the passport and the ID card. So in total, 416 euros. Kind of interesting that, you get the certificate, and with this certificate from one office, you're finished there and now it's on to the next. And this office is no stranger to people that live in Germany, because if you change your apartment, change the place that you're living, then you have to go to this place, the Einwohneramt. I won't even try to translate that in English. Tip that I would also recommend is that whenever the citizenship process is about to come to an end, so you get this letter to say that, hey, you can collect your citizenship certificate, then even at that point, when you schedule the appointment to pick up the certificate, you can pretty much go the next day or even the very same day. You can actually go and apply for the passport and apply for the ID card. To apply for the passport, then the first step, of course, schedule an appointment. Thankfully, in my city, you can just go on the website and you can see the available appointments. There are a few things that you have to bring with you. For now, a printed photo is still fine. From May 2025, that will not be possible anymore. From that time, it's just only digital photos that are going to be accepted. Germany is going digital in that way, so no longer can you just print out a photo and take it there. So you go to a photo studio, you take your photo there. They would then use a portal to upload that photo for you. When you go to the Einwohneramt, they would have that photo there and they can use it for the application. Some cities, what they also have is that they have machines that you can then use to, for example, take the picture. You can also do your Unterschrift, your signature, and also, for example, take your fingerprints as well. Of course, it's not possible to just go there with a picture on a USB stick. Birth certificate is also another requirement. The Einbürgerung certificate, or the citizenship certificate, is another requirement. When I got the certificate, she told me that she would upload a copy so that they would have access to this. Actually, if I remember correctly, she didn't even check the citizenship certificate. It's a very quick and simple process. I went there, informed her that I wanted to apply for the ID card and the passport. I gave her the photo, she scanned it. Whatever scanners they're using, they're impressive because the quality was showing the birth certificate and then taking fingerprints and also the signature. For such a high security document like the German passport and even the ID card, I was a bit surprised when it came to the question about your height and your eye color. You just say whatever and she would just write it down. That was kind of a little bit weird, especially with the height, is that's not tested in any way. I mean, at least with the eyes, you can look in the person's eyes and say, okay, your eyes aren't blue, they are green. So after all this information is captured on the screen, I could see the preview of how the document would actually look, just to double check to make sure that it was correct. To apply for a passport, you have to pay 70 euros. If you're younger than 24, you actually pay half the amount, because that passport is then only valid for 6 years in comparison to the regular passport, which is then valid for 10 years. The option is there also for an express passport. So you have the passport done in about 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 working days. For that, you pay an extra 32 euros. The standard passport is 32 pages. If you're someone that travels a lot like me, you would go for the 48 pages. But of course, you pay a little bit more money for that, which is 20 euros. How long do you have to wait before this document is then ready? I actually got the sheet of paper which just gave information about the entire process for the passport. It would then be ready within 3 to 5 weeks. On the website, it was 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know which one of them is supposed to be more believable. And then they also gave information that you can also go on the website and you can check the status. The document that you get also shows what your passport number and what your ID number is going to be. And with this, you could then go online to the portal, enter it, and you could see the status, say, okay, is it ready or is it still in production? These numbers can go up very high, especially in the high travel period leading up to the summer months. And even in the summer months, I've seen news articles where they say 10 weeks, 12 weeks. I applied for the express passport, and this was actually ready in 3 days. On the Thursday I applied. I was checking every single day, of course, but when I checked on Monday, it said that it's ready for pickup. So you submit the application before 12 o'clock, then within 3 days it will actually be ready. You don't get, or at least in my city, you don't get a notification your passport is ready for pickup, and of course you don't get an email. This is Germany, guys. It says on the document that you have to keep checking, and then when it's there, then you schedule the appointment, showed up to pick up the passport, and then I had to use my Jamaican passport as a way to verify my identity because of course I didn't have it other way. Within less than a week after applying, I got my passport. What is also possible is that you can also give somebody permission to pick up the passport. My little tip would be, it's best for you to just apply for both documents at the same time. Some of you might be saying, why would you not just apply for both of them? You can actually get by in Germany very easily without having a passport. Traveling, of course, to the Schengen states, and even, for example, flying to Turkey, you don't need to have a passport. You can actually do that with your ID card. And there's a large percentage of people living in Germany that actually don't have a passport. It makes sense that if you're just there, then you just apply for both of them, get it out of the way. The application for the ID card is also quite similar. It's pretty much the same process. So the same photo that you use, the same information is also stored on both of them. So it makes it pretty easy when you apply for both of them. Now the cost for the ID card is 37 euros, but if you're younger than 24, then you pay 22 euros and 80 cents for it. For the ID card, you actually get a letter in the mail. In this letter, you actually have the password or the code for your ID card. The ID card in Germany, they have this online function where you can, for example, use your ID card online to verify your identity, and there's an app that you can actually use. And so you get a letter in the mail with the code that you can then unlock this, and then you set your own code. So when you get that letter, then it means that the ID card is actually ready for pickup. Hello. I've also tested out this function, this online function, to actually access my pension information. I was surprised just how seamless that was. You actually just use your phone, and using the NFC, then you can just scan and then you enter the new password that you set. And this is also available for many other different services. So a phone contract, then you no longer need to, for example, use this post-it or whatever. You can actually use this function to actually verify your identity. What was really strange with actually checking my pension information, I could log into the system, I could download the PDF. 3 days later in the mail, I got the very same documents per post. And I'm like, it's like, I don't know. This is digitalization in Germany. It's like, you go online because you want to avoid paper. You download the document, but hey, you still get it by the mail. Let's talk a little bit about this document itself. I must say it's a really, really nice document in terms of, the quality and just the designs, how it looks, and even the things that you can't even see with your naked eyes. It's just really, really impressive. I just find it also cool, you just look at the German passport and everything except for passport is just in German. But then you open the document, all of the things that you see here is translated into different languages of the European Union, which is so cool. The same applies also to the photo page. So all the different things on the photo page, the translations for these occupy a good 3 pages of the passport. Photo page is actually made of a polycarbonate material. So in terms as an e-passport, this is pretty much where I would say all the electronic data is embedded. This is where the chip is. There's so many security features in this thing, and so many of these features that also look really, really cool. The beginning of the national anthem, the text is there, laser engraved, the eagle, and the actual notes of the national anthem. How you hold the passport, you see different features, you see different aspects of it, and UV light shone on this thing, then you see a whole different world. Certain things you can actually feel, so it's embossed. Certain things are engraved. Certain things are I don't even know all the technical terms for this. This document that I looked at, they show you all the security features and the elements of these, for example, the photo page, the front and the back of it, and just the normal pages in the passport where you'd have your visas and your stamps. It's not only very high security and very high technology, I must say it looks really, really cool. So a lot of the features that you see in the passport also apply on the ID card. And just now I'm actually recognizing that they've actually laser engraved Germany and all the different states. I find it just interesting. Every time that you look at these documents, you can discover something new, which is so cool. For people that may try to create a counterfeit of this, that must be really challenging. It's really, as I said, officially Germaican Tales. Jamaican passport German passport, a dual citizen. It kind of feels weird to be a dual citizen when you think about the power of a passport and what a passport actually means. I'm just one person, but then like two different documents. Depending on which document that I use, it can make such a difference. It's also kind of interesting, like looking at these two different passports and pretty much seeing the same information, just how it's represented in one country versus how it's representing another one. Already, this thing has been to another country and there's already a stamp in it, and it's not even 1 month old because Oshando is a traveler. There's going to be a video about that, the first time actually traveling with this document, so you guys can look out for that. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and see you in the next Jamaican Tales video.